57 years later, Star Trek's Best the Original Series episode still doesn't get the respect it deserves. 57 years. That's how long it has been since the original Star Trek first graced television screens. Over half a century, the franchise has expanded into dozens of series, films, comics, and novels, creating a universe so vast that even seasoned fans often debate what counts as canon. Yet, despite decades of fandom, streaming, and endless analysis, one episode of the original series TOS remains stubbornly underrated. It's not The Trouble with Tribbles or The City on the Edge of Forever, two of the series' most celebrated episodes. Instead, it's a quieter, more thoughtful story that never quite gets the respect it deserves. The Mark of Gideon. On the surface, the Mark of Gideon might seem like a standard alien planet with a mysterious problem plotline. Captain Kirk finds himself on Gideon, a planet entirely populated by people who look just like him, only to discover that the planet is suffering from severe overpopulation and a mysterious illness. It's straightforward science fiction, but to dismiss it as such is to miss its subversive brilliance. The episode grapples with existential dilemmas, political allegories, and moral ambiguity, all under the guise of a seemingly simple teleplay. One reason the Mark of Gideon is overlooked is its production context. By the third season of TOS, Star Trek was struggling with budget cuts, declining ratings, and creative fatigue. The Mark of Gideon was filmed on a single, recycled set and required little special effects work. Critics and viewers at the time often equated production scale with storytelling quality, meaning episodes with elaborate sets or flashy action sequences received more attention. Meanwhile, the subtle, dialogue-driven genius of Gideon quietly slipped through the cracks. But what makes this episode resonate decades later is how it captures the tension between idealism and pragmatism, a tension that has always been at the heart of Star Trek. The Gideon's predicament mirrors real-world challenges of resource scarcity and population control, themes rarely addressed on television in the 1960s. The episode asks uncomfortable questions. How far should a civilization go to ensure its survival? Can empathy and ethics coexist with necessity? The Gideon's willingness to manipulate Kirk's emotions for the survival of their society is hauntingly modern. It's a moral dilemma that resonates even today, when technology and global population issues force society to confront the ethics of intervention and sacrifice. Moreover, the episode is a showcase of character nuance. William Shatner's performance as Kirk trapped in a seemingly idyllic, but ultimately sinister society is understated but compelling. Unlike more action-oriented episodes, the tension here is psychological. Kirk is isolated, manipulated, and forced to confront both his personal limitations and the responsibilities of command. It's a rare moment in TOS where the captain isn't physically fighting for his life, but is instead battling moral and intellectual challenges, a subtlety often overlooked by casual fans. The script itself, penned by Margaret Arman, deserves a standing ovation. Arman's writing skillfully blends suspense, philosophy, and ethical quandaries without veering into preachiness. Her dialogue captures the weight of Kirk's predicament while maintaining the philosophical undercurrents that Star Trek is known for. In many ways, The Mark of Gideon anticipates the franchise's later explorations of complex socio-political issues in series like Deep Space Nine and Picard. Its story structure, character focus, and moral ambiguity are hallmarks of storytelling that would become Star Trek's signature, yet it remains underappreciated because it lacked the spectacle that audiences often associate with classic episodes. Even the episode's thematic resonance is ahead of its time. The notion of overpopulation and societal manipulation reflects anxieties that would dominate later decades. In today's world, where environmental concerns and the ethics of technological intervention are hot-button topics, Gideon's dilemmas feel eerily prophetic. Modern viewers might find themselves pondering not just the fate of Kirk, but the broader implications for real-world societies, making the episode remarkably prescient. It's also worth noting the subtle commentary on human psychology embedded in the narrative. The Gideon's use of a mirror-like version of Kirk, creating a society that literally reflects the captain's appearance, is a brilliant visual metaphor. It forces Kirk, and by extension the audience, to consider what it truly means to see oneself reflected in others, our empathy, responsibility, and capacity for understanding. It's a sophisticated